This product is brought to you by...
Oh yeah, London Dawa.
The mood is about to change.
Takbir! Allahu Akbar!
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. All praise is due to Allah and peace be upon the final messenger of Allah, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There is a disease infiltrating the lives of every single Muslim household of today. There is an epidemic filtering through the generation of Muslims of today. That disease, that epidemic is none other than music. Music. I'm going to say that one more time. Music. It is music that is becoming the major threat. Sorry. I didn't mean to say becoming. I meant to say it is music that is the major threat that is shaping the minds and lives of the Muslims of today. The younger generation and the older generation, both equally accountable. But to really critically analyze music, you have to stand back. You have to come out of that shell you've been living in and really look at how the popularity of music is nearly in every institution in society. I can come and say that, but look at the facts. Because be you in a supermarket, a shopping mall, just buying food, be you at a petrol station just filling up your tank, or even when you're receiving a phone call on your mobile phone, you're hearing music, man. You're hearing music. Every single minute of the day, music. A television channel comes on. Adverts, music. Radio, music. Airplane, music. Doctor's surgery, music. Dentist, music. Music. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. The reality that you're living in a society that is obsessed. Wait 1 second. Possessed would be a better word. You're living in a society possessed and hooked to music, and it should now be evident. Let's forget about crack cocaine, alcohol, Budweiser for the moment, because music, without a shadow of doubt, is one of the most addictive and influential drugs of mankind. Yeah, it is a drug. It is a drug. We see people listening to music now wanting to mimic what they hear in music, living the lifestyles that are depicted in songs. But Allah warns you against nonsense talk in the Qur'an. The Qur'an, chapter 31, verse 6, and of mankind is he who purchases idle talks, i.e. music and songs, to mislead from the path of Allah without knowledge, and takes it, the path of Allah and the verses of the Qur'an, by way of mockery, and for such there will be a humiliating torment in the hell fire. Now I'm asking you now, brother or sister, when you're listening to music, is that a bunch of idle talks, or is that some beneficial knowledge that is calling you to worship Allah even better? You know the answer. You know the answer, but it is you that is still listening to music. It is you still allowing your children to listen to music. It is you children, you young brothers and young sisters that are now practicing your deen, that are allowing your older siblings, your cousins, your father, mother, aunts to listen to music. You're going to get the same bunch of Muslims that are going to try and justify why they listen to music. But these are the same type of Muslims that compromise the other pillars of Islam. The same Muslims that are going to justify why they listen to music are the same ones that will come and justify why they don't pray 5 times a day, why they don't pray during Ramadan, why they don't pay their zakah, and why Hajj has just become a dream in their life. So these same Muslims that justify listening to music are the same ones that justify not doing the other obligations in their deen. But you're going to have to ask yourself now, not tomorrow, brother or sister, now, are you one of those Muslims that compromise their religion and justify their low lack standards? Because if that is you, If that is you, then fear the fire. Fear the fire whose fuel is men and stones. Because hypocrisy is something that is just not tolerated in this religion. You can come with your two faces in this world, but you're going to come to Allah on Yawm al-Qiyamah, on the Day of Judgment, and your excuses will fall on deaf ears when you stand in front of your Lord and you try and justify why you listen to music. You think you got the guts to do that? Because if I was listening to music, there's no way I could stand in front of Allah and tell him why I listen to music, tell him why I didn't pray 5 times a day, and think I'm going to get a fair reckoning. There's no way I can have the confidence to come and say that. No way, because deep down you know that you're doing wrong. Deep down you know you shouldn't be listening to music. You shouldn't be listening to these people, these non-Muslims in most cases, talk their load of catharsis, talk their load of rubbish, their load of faff in your ears, taking you away from the remembrance of Allah. You know you shouldn't be listening to this. And you don't even need me to have to come and tell you that. But what happens a lot of time, right now, right here, a lot of you are addicted. And music has now become an intricate part of your life. When you get up in the morning, you put the stereo on. Before you go to bed, you go to bed with music in your ear. When your friends come round, music goes on. Music. Addicted. This is the case with a lot of you now. But what are you addicted to? The lies, the deceit that these people are telling you? How many times you see these musicians come on TV, come on the radio and say, to all my fans out there, I love you. I loved you guys. Without you, it wouldn't be possible. They come out and say these lies. These lies to you, the fans, the consumer, these lies. You're probably asking yourself, what do I mean by lies? I'll tell you what I mean, they're lying to you. These same people that come out here and say they love you, do you think if you wrote them a letter and said, yeah, I'm your #1 fan, but I'm in a bit of a predicament at the moment, I can't pay my gas bill, my electricity bill, my kid needs money for medical bills, do you think they're going to help you? Do you think they even want to know who you are? Furthermore, do you think it's even them that's answering your mails? Of course not. They don't care about you. If they care about you, they'll come and pay your bills. In fact, Mr. Singer, Mr. Musician, if you really love me so much, pay my phone bill. If you really love me so much, pay my electricity bill. If you really love me so much, put me through university, put me through college, and pay for every single bill. But you won't do that. Oh, Mr. Singer, because you don't really love me. And you're just lying. You're just lying to all those millions of consumers out there. You're lying to all those little children out there that are your #1 fans, those adults out there that have taken you for idols. You're just lying to them. At the end of the day, you just want their money. Because money talks. Money talks. It's identifiable that the common average fan of music, listener of music, you're just a commodity. How do you know this? You see the singers catering for their target audience. They cater for what sells. How many times you've seen a singer come out, a female singer, she starts off with that Barbie image, the apple pie eating image, the wholesome, pure image. Next minute, 2 albums later, the same girl that started off pure and innocent, now she's half naked on her album covers, in her videos. Just because she hasn't been selling the amount of albums she wanted to when she had the pure image, now she has to revamp her whole image and come out here half naked, talking about sex, love, just to sell her music to her target audience. It's all a gimmick. A lot of these bands are all gimmicks. Like that group, Spice Girls. Spice Girls, those 5 British girls that came out, they quickly phased out quickly, didn't they? All that girl power, that quickly phased out, didn't it? But how many people went along on the ride, went along on the bandwagon of girl power? Then what happened? They just fizzled out. And now they all got solo careers, and that girl power ain't even a symbol of what their songs are talking about now. They're talking about, don't need a man to run my life. All these sort of stupid innuendos in their songs. But they're just like every other musician, every other up-and-coming star, pop idol, whatever. They're all the same. They're all the same. All out to make a quick buck. A quick buck on those susceptible guinea pigs. Those people that they call their fans. And if it is you, the Muslim, that is one of those people, it's time you started heeding the warning of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Narrated Abu Malik. He said he heard the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, "From among my followers there will be some people who will consider illegal sexual intercourse, zina, the wearing of silk, the drinking of alcoholic drinks, and the use of musical instruments as lawful." Narrated in Sahih Bukhari, volume 7. Let me just read the final part to you. And the use of musical instruments as lawful. From among my followers there will be some people who will consider illegal sexual intercourse, the wearing of silk, the drinking of alcoholic drinks, and the use of musical instruments as lawful. The word lawful means allowed. But the Prophet Muhammad said here that some of the Muslims will consider music as being lawful, which obviously means that music is not lawful, is not allowed, it's haram, especially when he's mentioned music along with illegal sexual intercourse, zina, and drinking khamar, alcohol. And we know these are abominable acts in the sight of Allah, completely forbidden acts in the sight of Allah, and the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has mentioned it right here, music along with these acts of defiance. Now you, the Muslim, open up your ears and listen to what I am saying. Detox your mind and purify your heart. The other day, a brother came up to me. He phoned me to tell me how he's just moved jobs. Moved offices. But now, in this office, what happens? His workplace now have got an ongoing music system set up in his office. And now, he's getting headaches. He can't take it. The filth and rubbish that is being said in this music. Because he came from an office environment where this wasn't a factor, and now he's moved offices and they've set up this system where music is being played on speakers in the office. But now even he is finding music challenging to him because it is being intensified in his everyday working environment, that even he is now finding it hard to work, to be a better Muslim, to be the best Muslim he can be. He's finding music a problem. This is a prime example of what I'm saying to you. Music is conditioning you, if not physically, mentally. If you go to any club or any rave, look at these people. They're drugged up on music. They're just dancing, hooked. Thousands of people, hundreds of people in these clubs and raves every Friday and Saturday night. And what are they doing? Just dancing like zombies or animals. So next time you flick on your music, if that's you, you ask yourself, are you doing something to please Allah? Or you do something to displease Allah? And also, when you're flicking on your music, or next time you're in HMV or Tower Records, or in any sort of shop where you're buying your music, you ask yourself, how much money have you actually wasted on music? Pounds, pence, dollars, cents you spent on music. All those CDs you bought, all those tapes you bought, all those albums. You've purchased all these albums for what? For what? Just to put money in the pockets of those singers and musical artists. In fact, if you really check it, you're paying their bills. You're financing their haram lifestyle. You're backing their investments. And what do you, the consumer, the purchaser of music, have to show for it? A lousy couple of tracks of music talking about nothing to do with Islam, encouraging you to commit haram and taking you away from the remembrance of Allah and your purpose in life. That's all you, the Muslim consumer of music, have to show for it. Muslims and music don't mix. Come on. You no longer become a fan. You're now just a statistic. That's all you are. An extra digit on these pop stars, on their bank balance. That's all you are. You're just an extra digit. They don't know who you are and they don't care who you are. Bottom line, don't believe the hype. Musicians are there just to make money. Nothing they say is inspirational. It's just marketable. That's all it is. It's just marketable. And as a Muslim, it's sad. It's hurtful to believe that your money is financing these people. Especially when you got your brothers and sisters in other countries that don't have even a penny to their name, struggling to buy food on a daily basis, struggling to pay for schooling, let alone new clothes, even soap to wash their filthy faces with. Our Muslims struggling worldwide, but yet you can go and spend your $12.99, your $15 on a new album, when you got your own Muslim brothers and sisters across the world starving. You have to ask yourself, just where do your morals lie? You're obliged as a Muslim to spend your money constructively and not destructively, which is what purchasing music does. It destructs your deen, and that is not acceptable. What do you think you look like to Allah? In fact, what do you think you look like to the average Muslim on the street? When you, the Muslim, is in your car, you, the brother, you, the sister, are in your car blaring your music. In fact, this goes out more to the brothers because it's more identifiable when you're down the road. You see these brothers blaring their music out of their windows down, drop tops down, and they're blaring their music with no shame, not hiding what they're doing. Young Muslims looking at you, inspired even to the fact that they're thinking, I want to do that when I get older. Because he's Muslim, I sometimes see him at the mosque. He's got one of those nice looking, trimmed up, nice goatee beards with the daggers. I want to be just like that, Daddy. I don't want to be like the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, because Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam ain't fashionable. Stuck for Allah. Look what people are affiliating you with. As a contemporary Muslim, a compromisable Muslim. That's what you're getting affiliated with. You, the Muslim, driving down streets, music blaring out of your cars, tasbih beads in window. What a joke. What a joke. How dare you do that? How dare you do that? Your excuses are feeble and your excuses are weak. And a lot of the cases, we don't want to hear them. We don't want to hear them unless you are making true progress to better yourself as a Muslim. You really want the help? Then take the help when it comes in your face, and the proof and evidences when they lie at your feet. The best time to make a change is sometimes not when you're backed into a corner. No. Even before you get to that stage, and that stage is now. Start right now in terms of stop listening to music. Make progress, stop listening to music. And stop giving Islam a bad name. How many times you're in a shop waiting in a queue, you see some Muslim sisters there trying to sing. You're at a bus stop, Muslim sisters there trying to sing. Women trying to sing. Girls always trying to sing in the mirror, always thinking that the up and coming Mariah Carey, or the up and coming Whitney I Sniff Cocaine Houston. Always thinking that up and coming singer of their era. How many times you see Muslim sisters doing this? Trying to sing. Ooh, yeah, good day, ooh, yeah, I gotta get my man, ooh, yeah. All this sort of rubbish that you're hearing when you're on the bus, coming out of Muslim mouths. Ridiculous. And you get the Muslim brothers who think they're the up and coming MCs, the latest rappers, always trying to rap with your 10-hit combination, watch it, number one, set it off like rocket. What's all this rubbish? Number two, hit on the mic, ooh, ooh, boy. All these lyrics. This faff that's coming out of your mouth. These innuendos coming out of your mouth. That pure mouth that Allah made in all his wisdom. He made a mouth. But yet what comes off that tongue is not the words of Allah in terms of Qur'an. But no, it's that you got a lot of shirk, hypocrisy coming off that tongue that Allah made for purity. It's time you started flipping the script on how your body operates, on how your mentality looks at things, and start realizing what is shaping the way you act and what is drawing you closer to Allah. And if you're doing things that are pleasing to Allah or pleasing to Shaitan. Because I have to lower my head in shame. I have to lower my head in embarrassment as a Muslim when I walk down the street and I see all these factors Whether it be a Muslim brother in his car blaring out music. Whether it be women, Muslim women, trying to sing at bus stops or in Asda. My Muslim brothers downloading ringing tones to their phone from the internet, or ring up phone lines just so they can download the latest ringing tone to their phone. I have to lower my head in shame. It's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing. Here you got a man, Muhammad, peace be upon him, who sacrifices his whole life, Sahabas who put everything on the line for us Muslims of today that want to go and download ringing tones to put on their mobile phone. They want to go and buy the latest music so they can ride up and down the high street just to try and impress people. I have to lower my head in shame, man, because as I said, it is just blatantly embarrassing to be affiliated with Muslims that compromise their religion, Muslims that don't want to pray, Muslims that don't want to get married, Muslims that don't want to pay the zakat, Muslims. If the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ came back and got to see a glimpse of now the future of what the Muslims are like, he too will probably be embarrassed and ashamed, even though he foresaw the future when he already warned you. From among my believers there will be some people who consider musical instruments as lawful. He knew, man. He knew. And that's all we're seeing nowadays. You know what? I think it's time I came and named and shamed. It's time I named and shamed these people, singers, that are calling all my Muslims to commit haram, calling all my Muslims to shirk. I think it's time I came out here and named and shamed a few of them. Especially these ones that are always talking about love and lust. Talking about I love women. Careless whispers. A lot of time these people are even gay, homosexual. That's right. Who am I talking about? Look at Elton John. Look at George Michael. Look at these people talking about women and women, but they're blatantly gay. Gay. And you Muslims are listening to their tunes, their tracks. They're gay, homosexual. I'm not saying hate gay people, this, that, but no. You have to, as a Muslim, hate what your religion hates and love what your religion loves. Okay? Then you have to hate for the sake of Allah such figures in this society that are doing such haram things and have such a mass following. Then you got the dance scene, dance music. It used to be hardcore, then it was garage, jungle, and it's going to be something else in a couple of years' time, and then it's going to be something else in another year's time. It's always changing, always called something else, but it's always dance music. People coming out talking about, I've got 21 seconds to go. Then just go. Go on, clear off, go on. Get off the dance scene. Just get rid of your rubbish from this face, this planet. Just get rid of it, because I don't want you coming and influencing my Muslims that are getting caught up listening to your brutal blend of beats that are doing nothing for the human intellect and totally contradict the lifestyles you are living. Now I could come and mention a dozen more superstars and singers, 100, you name it. I'll go through the whole rap pack. But at the end of the day, these singers that I'm mentioning that are lying to you, deceiving you in their records, they're just here today and gone tomorrow. If I go for all of them now, 10 years down the line, it's going to be another 100, another 1,000 more singers. But they're all saying the same thing. Lying about the same thing. Talking about sex, talking about love, talking about romance, talking about drugs, talking about guns. Same old, same old. So I have to hate you, the music industry, and you entrepreneurs behind the music industry, because you have created a franchise and an institution that goes totally against the laws of Allah. Especially when you know young boys and girls that just started getting pocket money, allowances, or paper round jobs, that the first thing they're gonna buy is music. You know this. Music. You know this. These musicians know this, so they cater their songs for those people. You don't see musicians putting up their placards, their posters, down Hampstead Heath, down Mayfair, in these prestigious areas. You don't see musicians doing that. Instead, they come to the urban communities. They come to the Somalian communities, the Moroccan communities, the black communities, the working class white communities. They come to these communities, and this is where you start seeing a majority of these posters about music. Because to them, you're their target audience. You're the people where the mass consumerism is done. You think I'm lying? Start opening up your eyes the next time you're in your area, the next time you're in your manor. You start opening up your eyes and look around at all the posters that have been put up now about music. And you go down to another area, way out of your area, near the countryside, on the borderline, where house prices are out of this world. You go down to these areas and you ain't gonna see one single poster. So these musicians know what they're doing. These garage, rap, whatever, local music groups, they know what they're doing. They know who they're targeting. And that target is you. You got to remember, you're living in a society, yeah? A society that is obsessed also with non-Islamic ideas. Non-Islamic ideas of freedom. You're in a society that talks about freedom of speech, freedom of movement, women's lib. They're talking about this everywhere. They're against homophobia. You're in a society that's got sick ideas at its core. And it's these ideas that people are now putting in their lyrics. And you think they're going to be banned. Of course they're not going to be banned, especially when their own society believes in these ideas. Music is the powerful distractive device that can corrupt a nation, just like the TV. Yeah, music will make you dance, make you prance. Yeah, music will make you do all this, but deep down, it's the words that are getting you. It's the words. It's these words mixed together with some funky background beat that is really getting at the listener. All the funky beats do is make it more digestible to the ear and consumable to the mind, just like when you drink water. You can either add a little bit of diluting juice to it and it goes down a treat, don't it? It goes down more nicer. Like chips, put some ketchup with those and they go down nicer. Make it more digestible to the body. Just like music. And it's the mind that consumes all these ideas, whether you like it or not. I'll give you an example. You really think a person that listens to music, that listens to rap music, listens to R&B music, about having no respect for women, is going to have all the respect for women? Are you crazy? If I listen to music songs every day, day in, day out, about having no respect for women, about I gotta buy a gun to protect myself, do you think it's gonna make me become a prim and proper nerd? Of course not. I'm gonna go out there and try and live this thugged out lifestyle. I'm gonna go out there and have no respect for women. I'm gonna go out there and try and make every single woman become another statistic on a single parent mother that I see walking around in Asda daily. Same too with women, with girls. You think you're going to listen to singers like Little Kim, Foxy Brown. You're going to listen to singers like Kylie Minogue, Britney Spears that come out half naked. You think you're going to listen to women singers that come and talk about their liberation, how they want to get with men, how they want a man with a J-O-B, how they want to handle their own affairs, how they have no respect for themselves and just letting it up for free. You think it's going to make you and shape your mind, become the best prim and proper, practicing your religion, praying 5 times a day sister? Of course it is not. Wake up. Of course it is not. You are being controlled by music and you probably don't even know it, because music affects your mind and it affects your soul. Talking about affecting the soul, we've got the book. We've got the last revelation of mankind, the Qur'an. So if you want anything that is going to affect your soul and affect your spirit and affect your mind, why are brothers and sisters neglecting the Qur'an? Why are you neglecting the Qur'an? How many surahs of the Qur'an do you know compared to how many music tracks you know? I'm telling you now that majority of Muslims out there know more songs, know more musical tracks than they do surahs of the Qur'an, than they know chapters of the Qur'an. That is unacceptable. Even you have to say that is unacceptable if you know more music tunes than that you know Qur'an, then you have to start realizing that you have a problem. Yeah, it is a problem. It is a problem because now this factor of your life is outweighing your Islamic character. I was walking down the street one day, down the high street, and I heard one car coming behind me, so loud, blaring music. I mean, I swear the whole pavement was shaking. I thought it was an earthquake or volcanoes erupting or something. I was walking down the street, hearing this car come behind me. I hear beep beep, beep beep. Whoever it is in this car is tooting their horn. Now, there's no way on this earth I'm thinking this person's beeping me. As I said, the floor was literally shaking. That's how loud this bass box in this car was going. You know what? It got so bad, the person even started saying, "Oh hey! Oh hey!" I turned around and looked. I'm looking in the face of one brother that just the other day I'm praying Jummah with in the mosque. That I was getting Salam Alaikum from in the mosque. That I regularly see his father in the mosque with his brothers. And now he's bearing his bass box, bearing his music tunes, and he's beeping me, walking down the street, for everyone to now look at me. What's going on? What are these Muslims even thinking? They're not even thinking. I had to tell the brother, what are you doing? What are you doing? Turn your music off, what are you doing? Look how loud it is, everyone's looking at you, everyone's looking at what are you doing? The lifestyles that are being led in these musical tunes, the same records that you're talking about, got to get with this girl, got to try and move to this girl, got to try and chat this girl up, that's in the same lyrics that you're listening to. Now I'm seeing a correlation between the two. You're mimicking what is in the tunes. You're mimicking what this rapper, what this music artist is saying to you, what this MC is saying to you. You're now mimicking it. And you also got brothers and sisters listening to so-called Islamic songs. But these are also just another substitute for music. I've been in brothers' cars, in brothers' houses, and they got a nasheeds on in Arabic, and they don't even know what the person's saying because they can't even understand Arabic. They can't even speak Arabic. I'm saying to them, what's the person saying? It's like, I don't know, but it sounds good, isn't it? A lot of brothers use the excuse, I can't drive without music. I can't drive without something on. I'm in my house, I get bored. Do you know what boredom is, brother and sister? Do you know what boredom really is? Boredom is reality. Boredom is life. That is reality. What do you think the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Sahabas did? What do you think they did? Do you think they sparked on a CD, put on a tape in the hi-fi system and bled it out loud? No. They dealt with what you would call boredom because that is dealing with reality. That is getting down to the job. That is dealing with the spare space that you've got and filling that time, what you call boredom, with something constructive. Because if you want some audio sounding pleasure, then listen to the Qur'an. Because the Qur'an is an education in its own right. It's an education. Arabic singers singing about Allah, Allah, I love Allah, and the woman ain't even wearing hijab, plastered in makeup, singing how she loves Allah. If she loved Allah so much, wouldn't she be adhering to the deen and the rules and obligations that she's supposed to be doing? A man comes out singing about how he loves Allah, yeah love, give me this, give me that. But yet, he's got one big fat moustache, not even growing his beard, doing the opposite of the sunnah. And you people are listening to these Arabic tunes. You people are listening to anasheeds that are so available now that when you walk into an Islamic bookshop and you see that amount of nasheeds, so-called Islamic songs on the shelf, it's as if you walked into HMV or Tower Records or another music shop. That's what it comes like nowadays. Music and Muslims don't mix. Music and Muslims don't mix. How many times do you want me to say it? Music and Muslims just don't mix. They don't mix. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever reads a letter from the book of Allah, he will have a reward, and the reward will be multiplied by 10. I'm not saying that alif, lam, mim is a letter. Rather, I am saying that alif is a letter, lam is a letter, and mim is a letter. That's right, brother. That's right, sister. I've just told you what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. Whoever reads a letter from the book of Allah, he will have a reward, and that reward will be multiplied by 10. Yes, every single letter of the Quran you read, you get 10 hasana, you get ajr, you get 10 good deeds for every single letter of the Quran you read, letter of the Quran you read, you get 10 good deeds. That's just one of the merits of the Quran. There's more. Aisha, the wife of Muhammad said, the Prophet said, verily, the one who recites the Quran beautifully, smoothly, and precisely, he will be in the company of the noble and the obedient angels. And as for the one who recites with difficulty, stammering or stumbling through its verses, then he will have twice that reward. Yeah, that's right. You hear the reciters that speak Arabic and you say, I can never be that good. But even if you try, brother, even if you try, sister, the Prophet Muhammad said that you get twice the reward of those people that can recite the Quran beautifully, narrated in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. You get twice the reward. You at least have to be trying to read Arabic. Read the language that your book was revealed in, your Quran was revealed in. It's not just good enough reading a translation. This isn't the Quran. How do we know this isn't the Quran? Because you can't pray with the translation, can you? All praise is due to Allah, Lord of Alameen, most gracious, most merciful, Master of Judgment Day. You can't pray like that, can you? You know you have to pray Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin. This is the only format you can pray in Arabic. So you, as a Muslim, as a new Muslim even, you have to start learning Arabic, whether you like it or not. And I'm telling you, the reward in learning Arabic and reciting Quran in Arabic is amazing. It's amazing. It's at your doorstep. But it's all about if you want to take it or not. And finally, understand this. Music is Shaitan's Quran. Shaitan's Quran and weapon in his continuous fight between a believer, a mu'min, between them and worshipping Allah. Because it is via music that Shaitan has trapped the weak Muslim hearts. He loves this nonsense singing, nonsense lyrical noise, but he has made it seem beautiful to the weak hearts. Muslims getting intoxicated with the pleasure of listening to music, dancing and singing. Shaitan's flipped it. Shaitan is now giving you mental alcohol, and that is music. So it's your job not to abandon the Quran and realize the rewards and merits of reciting Quran. Narrated Uthman that the Prophet Muhammad said, the best amongst you are those who learn the Quran and teach it to others. And teach it to others. How many Muslim brothers and sisters out there know Arabic? They know Arabic, but they're not even teaching themselves Quran, let alone teaching others. If you are one of those Muslims out there that are listening to music still, or making steps to give up music, then now is the time. How do you give up music? Well, first and foremost, you make the intention and you ask Allah. You make the intention that you're going to give up music for the sake of Allah. You know why you're giving up music, which is for the sake of Allah. And then you ask Allah to help you, because maybe you just can't do it. You're not strong enough. So you ask your Lord. You ask Allah to help you give up music. Second step, you can call it step number 2, be smart. At least stop buying music. I still at least feel ashamed to walk into that shop, pick up a CD, pick up a tape and buy music. At least stop buying music. Go into places where music is played. Checking those friends who listen to music. Start setting yourself some standards if you really want to give up music, and stop buying music. Stop recording music. Next step, start throwing away those music CDs, those music tapes. The reason why I say throw away, because you can't give those things away. It's haram for you to give those away. The same way if you used to take drugs, if you used to drink alcohol, you can't give those things away, can you? Because you're just going to intoxicate the next person. The same way with music. When you eventually get rid of it, you can't even give it away. So you wasted all this money as well, because you can't even give it away. You now have to throw it away. So stop buying music, because you're going to continue to waste money, and inshallah when you eventually give up, music, you won't have wasted that much money. You can even substitute music with maybe radio instead, talk stations. Try and listen to talk programs instead. Ask Muslims that have given up music, what was it that made them give up music? Ask them for their advice, their help. Collectively, as an ummah, we can get through any adversities in life, and you too can if you're listening to music. But it's you and only you that can press the stop button right now. It is you and only you that can say, I'm getting rid of this music tomorrow. It is you and only you that can make those steps in your life to eradicate those things that don't call you and bring you closer to Allah and bring you closer to a 5 times a day praying Muslim, to a Ramadan fasting Muslim, to a zakat praying and to a Hajj inshallah going Muslim, and the ultimate goal of a Jannah al-Firdaus seeking Muslim. You have to start giving up those practices in your life that are distracting you from this ultimate goal, because all you will do is re-record and fade away. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Takbir! Allahu Akbar!
This product is brought to you by
Oh yeah, London Dawah.
The mood is about to change.
Takbir! Allahu Akbar!
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. All praise is due to Allah and peace be upon the final messenger of Allah.